Hey everyone, how are you all today? This is Coach Eli coming to you live from Maryland. I've just come on here to share with you some important topics or frequently asked questions that I have been getting, and I just thought to come on here just to shed a little bit light into this pertinent questions. Like I said, I always get these questions over and over all the time, and then I just want to come on and help you guys out. One of the questions that I always get is that we want to identify the differences between lab accounts, all right? Um, for those of you that are looking to start your drug testing business or diagnostic lab business, how we run this show is that you would need to set up lab accounts, right? Without your lab accounts, you wouldn't be able to perform some services, most especially the drug testing and, of course, clinical. All right. And again, for DOT drug testing, every test that you do has to be lab based, and that's because DOT is a regulated test by the Department of Transportation. So, if you're doing this test, your test needs to be a lab based, meaning that you would have to collect the specimen and send it up to the lab for processing. All right. Remember what I said. DOT is regulated. DOT simply stands for Department of Transportation. Most times people will say DOT. All right. For the purposes of this business, you would want to say DOT. All right. So, as you can see, for you, in order for you to be able to do drug tests per DOT, you would have to take a certification course. I'm just backtracking and breaking the steps down for you. All right. You would have to take a certification course so that you can be certified to do DOT specimen collection. And so is medical review officer. For them, before they are able to be a medical review officer, before they can go back and review test results for drug testing, DOT, they need to be a medical review officer, and there is a certain requirement and certain examination that they need to take. And so is for those clinicians that also wants to do DOT physicals. There is a certain examination that they also have to take, the criminal examination. All right, so this is to say that for you, for all of us that wants to involve in the Department of Transportation, per rules and regulation, federal regulations, we have to meet all of the standards. So the first thing and foremost is for you to become a DOT specimen collector. Once that is taken care of, we then want to say, how then do you go about setting up your accounts? What types of account do you need in order for you to be able to offer this service, correct? So we have two types of account. One type of account, lab-based type of account that we have is the toxicology account. Toxicology simply means drugs, right? So you would want to call the lab and say, I want to set up my toxicology account. And for the toxicology account, it also comes in two parts. All right, toxicology account is in two parts, and I'm going to go in that in a minute. And the second other type of lab account is the clinicals, where you also get to set up your clinical accounts with the lab. Okay, so when you are calling this lab, you want to make sure that you're saying you want to be have your own business account. You because for drug testing we have so like I said the toxicology is in two parts, right? One is for the lab, which is your own business account, your own self client's account, and the other is collection. For some reason a lot of people gravitate towards setting up a collection account. There is nothing wrong with that. It's just that if you're only setting up your business solely for collection, you wouldn't be able to make those high revenue, all right, the six figures that you desire. All right, you wouldn't be able to do that. You might as well just continue to work for people. But the moment you decide to be an entrepreneur and you decide to own and run your business, you want to make good money, you want to make good revenue, right? So as a coach, my responsibility is to let you know that you have to stand and be your own boss. Okay, you wouldn't want to just settle for collection. So you would call the lab and say, hey, I want to set up my toxicology account. And I'm also going to go in depth and let you know the reasons why you need to have your own business account. All right. So then the other one is clinical, which is for blood draws, urinalysis, and other type of tests. That's it's more of clinicals, whereby a doctor, a licensed clinician, such as a doctor or a nurse practitioner, will be able to treat and diagnose. Meaning that when those results comes back, for example, if there is an order for diabetes, right? If the result comes back that their sugar level is high, the doctor will be able to treat and diagnose the person based on the results, right? First of all, she would say, okay, your levels are high. We would have to prescribe insulin, prescribe some sort of medicine or medication to bring down those sugar levels. All right. So that's why when you're setting up clinical accounts, you need a doctor, you need a clinician to be on that account so that you would be able to do that. Especially that's what the requirement is for Quest or any other type of lab. You would the eye complexity labs, they would ask you if you're a nurse practitioner or if you have somebody that you want to bring on board. But for the purposes of this business and this series, we want to focus more on the toxicology part of it. All right. So when you're calling, you want to set up your lab to have your own toxicology account. For example, just imagine that when you are doing collection, again, there is a certain fee for collection. The maximum fee that you can get when you're collecting for this TPs is only somewhere around $15 to $20. You imagine you just doing $15 collection. When is that time gonna be that you're gonna get to your eye revenue peak? Okay, so you want to be able to do drug screen the time and also have the capacity your account, because by the time you're reaching out and marketing your services to individuals, companies, or agencies that needs drug testing services, you would have that ability to help them process the specimen. All right. And second of all, when there is a post accident, when there is a situation that there is a post accident in the middle of the night, you would have those forms readily available to you to go to the post accident scene to help and conduct those services. So there are so many reasons why you want to not just settle for collection alone. So again, for recap purposes, we have two types of account, which one is toxicology. All right. The second is clinical. So when you're calling this lab to set up your accounts, you want to be specific and say that you want to set up a toxicology account so that you would have those for your own lab-based business. All right. I hope this video have been helpful. If you find this video helpful, please drop in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up, follow this page, and subscribe to, of course, my page. Again, I will be back, and I hope this has been greatly helpful to you. And again, I will talk to you soon. This is your humble coach, Coach Eli. Bye for now.